why are we so afraid to make ourselves vulnerable? Like in terms of just because I believe everyone has a superpower, everyone has a passion, everyone has something in them. I think the challenge is most people just don't tap into it because, yeah, but everyone else knows how to do this. What I do isn't special.
I think a lot of it has to do with upbringing too.
Yeah.
Because if you look at the people who have businesses, who've built businesses, their fathers or grandparents are entrepreneurs. The likelihood of you having owning a farm, if your father worked on a farm, or the likelihood of you owning your own business if your father or mother had their own business. Generally speaking, now some people they think outside the box and go outside the norms, but I think it's upbringing that channels us in what direction we go in life. The other folks who their parents are entrepreneurs, they may or may not take that route, but upbringing really matters because everyone around you is some kind of profession. So all your mind, you're thinking when you grow up, I'm going to be this, I'm going to be an engineer, I'm going to be a doctor, I'm going to be a lawyer. That's all you know. So I think upbringing plays a huge role as to what you aspire to be in the future and how you shape yourself. So a lot of the entrepreneurs, they had a different mindset growing up. There's always exceptions, don't get me wrong, but exceptions don't make the rule. But generally speaking, I think upbringing.
I was going to also say, and I can't disagree with that. I was also going to say personality. Ironically, when we talked at the beginning of this, we talked about personality. I think there's certain personalities. Yeah. No, I think there's certain personalities that just align better with societal norms and, you know what I mean? Like one thing I know that I had to do, again, I'm just truly introverted. I can spend the whole day not talking to one person and I'm totally fine. But what I realized is, okay, but I love to teach. I love to help others. I like to train. I like to really give knowledge away for free. So I remember I was thinking to myself, how is anyone going to know what I have to say if I don't say anything? So I had to turn on that extrovert.
Yeah.
So that's why I'm not totally disagreeing with what you're saying with respect to going to the party. But that's right. I twisted it a little bit. As long as you know that I'm not going to be happy, I'll go and I'll put on the show, but I'm not truly going to be happy. So
another thing to that is, why people are not as creative is there's also exposure too, right? You might have a creative mind, but if you're not in that environment that would help promote that mind that you have, it just dies with you for the most part. So I'll give you an example. There's tons of kids in the third world. They just don't have that exposure, that opportunity, but they have great minds. Mm-hmm. They're inventions. And then you hear some guy just saw them off the street or something traveling and it's like, whoa, what did you build? Like, this is amazing. So if we have to really train our minds to go above and beyond what we're comfortable with. And that takes a very strong mind to do because even doing a podcast, like putting your face out there, like no one's comfortable. Not a lot of people are comfortable with that. Majority of people are not comfortable with it. It's a lot of factors.
I was just talking to one of our students and when she first came here, she was a gamer. She was pretty good and, female gamers aren't that common. Mm-hmm. So I remember I was telling her, I'm like, you could make pretty good money, right? Because you're different. You're not just the normal guy playing game, your girl playing game, and just that uniqueness would get views. And I remember she was saying I'm too shy and stuff like that. So it's interesting. So you're not wrong. But I guess for me, and I still struggle with it to this day. So we know what the problem is. We know how to motivate ourselves. Okay, limit our consumption and focus on, say, 20 minutes production for every 30 minutes of consumption, 10 minutes of production. All right, so we do all that. Why is it that I fall asleep whenever I'm doing the production type stuff? Like, why does my brain, like, I'm telling you, I'm doing the website, I'm doing it, I'm on it, but I'm reading through it and then but then you watch something like some stupidness on TV and I'm glued. I'll watch that thing for 3 hours and
there has to be a study on it somewhere, but this is my opinion. Something in the brain always, like, it shuts off when you have to work. I think that's what it is. Like, you have to force it to work because you're not the only person where it's like you're watching a movie where you don't have to exercise your brain at all. or you're watching something on social media, like scrolling through Instagram, you're not tired.
Mm-hmm.
But the moment you decide to do actual work, it's like, like the sleep just sets in. So it's like,
Exactly.
I think it's a brain function. I don't know what it is,
Yeah.
like whoever, neurologists or all these guys probably have an answer to this, but I think it has something to do with the brain.
All right, so let's backtrack. We now know what the problem is. We know how to potentially deal with it. And, the what. My point, what I'm trying to say is, okay, how do we bring all that together? What I was thinking was, and this is what I do, hack. So now you have to hack your brain.
Okay.
Because you know what the problem is.
Mm-hmm.
You know what is going to happen. So how do you hack your brain? So one example, what I do is I'll just take a power nap. So I don't fight the sleep. I'll be like, okay, I know, because what I'll do is I'm reading through the website, I'm working on it, I'm editing it, and then when I notice I'm reading the same sentence twice, that's a good sign I'm falling asleep.
Okay.
So I'm not optimal. So when I don't fight the sleep, I'll just, okay, you know what, I'm asleep. And then what happens is, this is how my brain works, because my brain knows something's incomplete, I will wake up. And then I'll probably work for another hour, might fall asleep again, but then wake up. So that's how I hack my brain.
I'm glad you said that's how you hack your brain.
Yeah,
because that's dangerous advice to people who can't take naps, and because once they wake up, that's it. They're not productive anymore.
Well, Elon Musk, sorry to cut you off, but Elon Musk, I mean, he's crazy, but he works, I think, 60 hours a week.
Yeah,
I honestly,
that's not normal.
You're right, but I can see myself doing something like that.
I would call it more organized chaos, where it's like when it's crunch time, for some reason my brain wakes up, and it's like, you got to do this, and then boom, it's done.
So you're saying at the 11th hour, that's when you do the work.
If I really? From school, like that's how I've been successful. Like when it's the 11th hour, crunch time, that's when my brain is sharp and it's awake. Wow. But if I try to do it before that time, take a nap, I take that nap, I wake up, I'm taking another nap. Or something else just comes up. To your point, it's individual based. Yeah. You have to figure out whatever works best for you, what's optimal. So if it's taking a nap and that's optimal for you, do it. Mm-hmm. Some people, it's like I have to force myself, like drink coffee or something and do that. For me, I will not just take that nap, I'll sleep. And then when I know it's the 11th hour, I have no choice. But if I had to look at the way my brain works, I would say it's organized chaos.
Wow. I'm the complete opposite.
Yeah.
I mean, don't get me wrong. I'll work that 11th hour, but it'll be more like just kind of reviewing, polishing it up.
Everyone's different. I think
you're right.
I think that what we're trying to get viewers to take out of this is find what works and capitalize on it.
Hack your brain
and just, for me now, I know it's the 11th hour. Maybe I need to make a change. I don't know if that's going to work for me, but for someone like you, it's like you have to take that nap.
Another hack that I do is, I learned this from Jeff Bezos. I don't know if I'm following it exactly, but I like what he said. As an executive, I'm not here to make a whole bunch of decisions. I'm here to make a couple really strategic decisions. That's it. So what he does, again, for his life, he makes sure all of his most important meetings are done in the morning. So come like 11 o'clock or 12 or noon, all the most important decisions are already made throughout the day, so he can relax.
That's good.
And so for
me, it's successful, so that's a good model to follow. Yeah.
Well, again, I think the trick is, as long as you know how to hack your brain the way that your brain needs to be hacked. I think a lot of times people try to take pieces of what other people are doing, and it's like, is that going to work for you?
You know what I mean? Yeah, you just got to figure out what works best for you.
Yeah, you got to throw it all at the wall and see what sticks in your brain.
Yeah.
So what I do is, I don't do exactly that because I'm not a morning person. But what I do, though, is the day I set goals. And what I like about it, too, is that as you learn to set goals appropriately, in the beginning, you're going to probably set too many goals. And then you're going to fall off and you're going to miss those. And you're going to realize, okay, this isn't productive. Okay, how do I fix it? And then it's just reworking. It's an iterative process. So now I remember when I used to start this, I'd always miss something because I'm doing too much.
Yeah.
And then now in my 40s, I'm like spot on. You know what I mean? Like got this done. And what I love about it is so accomplishing. But I just wanted to put it out there in case somebody else, just like how Jeff Bezos mention what he does. Who knows? Maybe someone might find that valuable.
Just wake up in the damn morning and just do something, man. I don't believe that, oh, there's a morning person or you're not a morning. I
You
just
really
don't have
don't?
that.
I totally believe.
I don't believe in
I
that.
don't eat breakfast at all.
I think that's different.
Is it?
I think it's an excuse. Oh, I'm not a morning person. I'm not, like, what does that even mean? I'm not a morning person.
You
know what I mean?
You're just not perky. You're just not happy.
But that's a choice.
Oh my goodness.
It's a choice. I think it's a choice. I don't know. I just think as human beings, we have choices to make.
Yeah.
If you're not a morning person, then you can choose to be a morning person if you want to, whatever that means. You're just who you are. Don't say you're not a morning person. I think you're just miserable.
Mean, it's
in the morning.
I think it's a personality thing, right? Like
it's a personality thing. It's
you
not
either like ketchup or you don't like ketchup. It's not. I can choose to eat ketchup, but I just don't like it.
So you just choose not to like the mornings.
That's it. I think you're thinking. I think you're overthinking it.
Does that apply on Saturday morning as well, when you don't have to work?
Last night I went to bed at 7 a.m. So what I'm trying to say.
Okay, but
so I didn't.
Whose fault is that?
But can I context?
Sorry, my
so
bad.
I go to the painter guy last night. I'm like, hey, FYI, I got some boards against the walls. Can you just move them out of the way so you can paint? I'm gonna charge you for it. I'm like, wow. Okay, you know what? It's okay. Forget
I'll do
it.
Myself.
I'll do it. Thank you.
Yeah.
And then he says, I'm joking, but whatever. I don't know. I think you're trying to get some more money.
Yeah.
So I'm like, you know what? I already said I'm going to do it. It was 11 o'clock. I had spent time with the family. I went there at 11 o'clock, started putting together the shelves. Because my whole thing is, you know what I mean? Like, whatever. I have to do it anyways. It's got to get done anyways. So it took that many hours.
Okay.
You know? And then I'm watching TV there while I'm doing it so I don't fall asleep. But what I'm trying to say is I did that, came home, and then I went to bed. But what I'm saying is I would prefer that than ever just waking up super duper in the morning, because he said he was going to be there at 9 o'clock in the morning.
Okay.
I could have had a regular night's sleep and then wake up at 7 a.m.
to go do it.
And go do it. I would never do that.
Fair enough.
That's all
Fair enough.
So does that give you more context?
Yeah, it gives me context, but I'm asking a general question. When you wake up on a normal Saturday where you went to bed early on a Friday night, do you feel the same way about not being a morning person that on Saturday mornings as you feel on Monday through Friday?
But I think the question is unfair because on Mondays through Friday, I'm in work mode. You know what I mean?
And that's why I asked the question. So the point is, you just don't like working in the mornings, and that's why you feel that way. It's not because you're not a morning person. You don't care what time of the day it is. You're just who you are. You just don't like the fact that you have to wake up to do work. I think that's what.
Not really, because I do truly love this contract is challenging, but I love what I do. I'm like sometimes
But you don't like doing it every morning. Doesn't mean you're not a morning person. You just because on Saturday mornings you're different.
No,
you don't have to do when you don't have to work.
But what I'm trying to say is, let's say I had my own company, and I could do whatever I wanted to do.
That whole morning person will go away.
No, I argue no.
I think it will. Let's save this for another day. That's one. 2, life hacks. Going to the gym, getting outside your comfort zone to do something. And just sticking with what works best for you. And if you want to get out of it, then change your routine.
I was just about to say that. I was just going to end on that. There's nothing wrong with trying something.
Yeah.
Just because you try something doesn't mean that you're actually committing or sticking to it. You're trying it to see what your brain responds to. All right, guys. Hopefully you guys found this interesting. Again, find your life hack, and hope y'all enjoyed this one. Have a good one. God bless. Please like and subscribe.
Like and subscribe, guys. Right, and be a morning person.
Or be a night person. It doesn't matter. Racist guy.